Now we shall discuss the asexual reproduction in plants mainly, and that is by vegetative propagation. Means vegetative propagation means development of new plants from the vegetative part of the plant, like root, stem, leaf and bud. They are the vegetative parts from which the new plants are developed. That is called vegetative propagation. वेजिटेटिव प्रोपगेशन का मतलब ये हुआ कि पौधे के किसी वेजिटेटिव पार्ट्स जैसे रूट, स्टेम, लीफ से हम नए पौधे का विकास होना. नाउ वी शैल फर्स्ट डिस्कस द फ्रॉम रूट, डेवलपमेंट ऑफ न्यू प्लांट फ्रॉम रूट इन द some plant from the root of some plants, the adventitious buds, also called radical bud, develops, which after maturation give rise new plants. Example, Dalbergia sisu, that is sisum plant, and Ipomoea batatas, that is sweet potato. In these plants, these are the plants and these are the roots. From roots, the adventitious buds develop and which after maturation give rise new plants. Now the next one is from stem. We know that you have already studied in class 11 that stems are modified for performing different functions. Their modifications are aerial modification of stem, subaerial modification of stems, and underground modification of stems. So these two are mainly takes part in vegetative reproduction and vegetative propagation. Acha. You also know that subaerial modifications is classified into runner, sucker, offset, stolen. In the same way, underground stem is also modified into rhizome, bulb, tuber, and call. So these are the types of the subasial modification of stems are divided into another example: oxalic, sucker, chrysanthemum, offset, acornia, water hyacinth, and stolon, that is a strawberry. These are the examples of the subasial modifications. And in the same type, underground modification of stems also of 4 types. One is rhizome, jingle, bulbs, onion, tuber, potato, and call, that is amorphophilous. So these are the several types of these modified stems, and they all take part in the vegetative propagation. Now I shall discuss one by one each. These are the modified stems. Okay. The first one is runner. Example, you have no oxalic. In this, the plants have nodes, and this is internode. So that is spread over the ground, and on maturations, these nodes are split, and from the internodes are split, and from the node new plants are developed. In this way, they spread over the ground on the nodes and internodes. If the internodes are broken down, the remaining part will pass their life as an independent organism. Next one is sucker. It is also like runner, but there is something different. The nodes and internodes are also present, but internodes are found below the ground level. So it is the node, and this is the internode. This is the internode, and the internodes are found below the ground level. If it is cut down, means internodes are cut down, the remaining part will pass an independent life. So that helps in vegetative propagations. Example, chrysanthemum. Next one is offset. So that this plant is found in the water. The internodes are spread over the water, having nodes, and from each nodes the roots and leaves are liberated out, and this is found in the water. And example is acornia. One thing you should know, that the runner and this is the offset. It is found on the ground, it is found in the water. The internodes are hard and stout. Here the internodes are spongy. Its propagation is too much high, and it is also decorating plants. People usually sow these plants in their ponds for good looking, but its propagation is so high that within some days it covers the whole pond. Means it covers the whole pond. So it is also known as terror of Bengal. Next one is stolon. Example is stone. This is like sucker, but only difference is that internode is above the ground, like a both separate. So that you see, this is the internodes and this is the nodes. In this way, it is spreads. And if the internodes are broken down, the remaining parts will pass an independent life. Next one is rhizome. It is underground modification of a stem. Okay. In these lines you have seen, they are the nodes, and from this the new plants is developed. Example jingle. Next one is tuple. You all know about it. In that some nodes are present, that is called eye. That is called eye, and these eye are the buds, and from which the new plants the eye this gives rise new plant. Bulb. Next one is that example onion, that is also help in the vegetative reproductions. It's also help in vegetative reproductions. Okay. In this, that is axillary pods in the middle one, and which develops to give rise new plants. Next one, coil. Example Amorphophilus. In this also nodes are present, and on maturation these nodes gives rise new plants. So these are the modified stems by which the new plants develop, and so they take part in the vegetative propagation. About offset, which I have told you, which example was Acornia. It is also known as Terra of Bengal. The Acornia is an exotic plant, means it has brought from other countries for its decoration, for looking good. So people sow it in their pots for its beauty. So it is an exotic plant. Now the next, vegetative reproductions by means of leaf. Leaf in some plants like Bignonia, Bryophyllum, etc. From the leaf, on the leaf the buds appear. That's right. This is the buds. This is the buds. These are also known as foliar buds, and from these buds, new plants develop like that. In this way the new plants develop, which after maturation it detaches from the leaf, comes to the soil, and from where it gives us new individuals or new organism. Next one, by means of bud, and it is known as bulbil. In the bulbil, in some plants like Dioscorea or lily, buds, that is axillary buds, develop between a stem and leaf. As far as this is the bulbil. On maturation, it detaches from the plant on the ground and give rise new plants. So this is that it comes to the ground and from it the new plants developed. So it is about the modification, it is about the vegetative reproductions. Now one request that please like and subscribe this channels which will encourage me to post new videos. एक अनुग्रह या एक इस चैनल को आप लाइक कीजिए और सब्सक्राइब कीजिए ताकि मुझे अगले वीडियो बनाने की हिम्मत मिले. थैंक्स फॉर दैट.